What's up, Dwight? Irish Handbeard. Can you guys hear me? This is a complete test run right here. I'm doing good, man. Just trying to figure out this live video thing. I have some plug-in mic thing, so I'm not sure if it's clear or okay, great. You hear me? Great. Looks like there's only one person here right now, I think. I'm trying to see how I tell who's here. Just Dwight or Irish Handbeard? What's this setting do? Save highlights. Some messages, live chat. Let's keep the messages visible. Anything you want to see, Dwight? The floor is yours. Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw both of you guys, but my the count is only showing one. Oh well. I have the garage door open and the back door, so some tanks won't be very good for viewing. But you can certainly go check them out if you guys want to see anything. What's up, Ethan? Yeah, I don't know why the count says 2 now. That's kind of odd. Anyways, shouldn't it say 4? I'm a person too. What does this button do? Yeah, most of the time, in all the other videos, people in the comments will ask various things like, can I see your maintenance? How you do your maintenance? Can I see your maintenance schedule? All this stuff, you know. A lot of things that, you know, it's not the most interesting video. But I think in live stuff, just cover anything, you know. I can try to go show you what I use to do the water changes, or who knows what. I think even people are asking about seeing the brine shrimp hatchery, which is nothing to see by any means. Very simple. Someone said, let me try to find the chat again. Where's my chat? All right, someone wanted to see. Who said they wanted to see? Okay, Dwight. You want to see the carps, geos, and the terrors? Okay. Well, let's walk around here. I got this thing on a tripod, so I got to carry this tripod around. Look at all the. What's up, cichlids unleashed? I'll do the Trimax next. Dwight, I don't know if you're going to be able to see here with this glare. Let me go from the side. Can you see, Dwight? Everyone else? That's the male. That guy's awesome, man. He's so cool. He just runs the show. You know, he's got like who knows how many females to choose from. But he's pretty cool, man. It's my first time keeping Braziliensis, so really enjoying them so far. It's worried though. I've heard a lot of people say you got to get them outside in fluctuating water temperatures. And so in my garage, I have it pretty insulated. I have you know, it's not open garage. We put in an attic, and so it's got insulation on the roof, and I even put some insulation on the garage doors. So the coolest I can get any of my tanks in the garage without heaters is like 73. So I've heard some people say you need to get them cooler, fluctuating cooler. And hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Unleashed. And so I could actually walk out to the pond. Won't see much because of situation, but I got a pair of the Braziliensis in a 300-gallon pond that I tried keeping them in last summer, and I kept them all year long, and the water temps were in the 40s, and they're doing fine. So they definitely can take the cooler water temps, and people are even saying they need that cool down period to stay healthy. So yeah, I'm a little not concerned, but you know, I got to do something with this group inside the garage because they don't get very cool at all. So I might, for the winter, put these guys outside, or at least the male and a few females, and then I'll bring in the other pair inside and see how they look. But yeah, it's crazy, Dwight. 40s. Who would have thought? You know, I've also kept the Texas. I don't know if you guys follow the channel from before I started doing kind of some video editing and making it look decent. I used to just use the YouTube for kind of like an archive. You know, I mean, how many videos can you save on your phone? Your phone runs out of battery. So I would just put everything up into YouTube, you know, short videos, just so I can reference it later. And then, so there's tons of old video. You'll see some of the pond with the Texas out there, and they did really well as also, you know, really tough fish, the true Texas. And so I thought, hey, you know, I can get another species I can put out there, get a few more ponds, and I can try this out. Let's go to the Trimax. Someone said they wanted to see the Trimax. I actually have the lights on for these guys because I was just taking a video for next week. I gotta adjust this darn tripod. Give me a second. Okay, guys. This male on the left is, man. You know, looking into Trimax. Actually, for feeding, you know, I actually feed them Otohini, which is I buy in bulk, and they seem to like it. It's pretty high fat content, so I don't feed it to all my fish, but they do really well. This guy on the left pounds it, just absolutely destroys the food. I'm sure there's better foods out there. You know, I feed a lot of different stuff. NLS, Northfin, a lot of Ken's Premium Flake, which has probiotics. You know, I try to mix it up, and some of the species, you know, that I have issues with sensitivity on their stomachs, like these Stalsbergi, I definitely want to avoid that really high fat stuff. So, yeah, Northfin, hit or miss. I got some stuff that'll eat it. Actually, the Braziliensis, you know, they do pretty well with it. And I've heard that they can have bloating issues. So I try to stay away from the high fat stuff a little bit. I do feed them a little of that stuff, but I haven't experienced any of that so far. So yeah, Northfin, and then the treats, of course. You know, you got the krill, your frozen bloodworms, and I got all the, you know, the Bug Pro, the Bug, what's the other one? There's two different ones that I use. So yeah, it's pretty cool. What was the other fish? Dwight, you wanted to go see the Feste, right? Yeah, bug bites. Bug Pro and bug bites or something like that, right? Yeah. All right, let's go walk around. I don't know if this is gonna see all glare or what with these guys. Oh, look at the male, he's in the pot. All right. So this, wow, male and female in the pot on the left right now. And they're gonna be very skittish because the garage door is open. Not very happy with me. Yeah, that's funny you asked that, Unleashed. I've been really considering what I'm going to do when I finally get that bigger tank that I've been talking about, the 300 gallon, 6 by 3 feet wide, by maybe 30 inches tall. Kind of one of two dream tanks that I want to get. And I think that will definitely allow me to do the Umbies full size. You know, I did them a long time ago. You know, got some in when they got to about 18 inches, the male, which was less than, man, it was less than 2 years from basically an inch or two to almost 18 inches. It was super fast. It was just borderline scary how big that fish was in a 24-inch wide tank. And so I really said, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. So I got rid of the Umbie. I just didn't think I had the big enough tank for my comfort level. And so I said, oh, you know, someday I'll come back to them when I get a little bit bigger tank, and that might be what I do with that tank. It's either that or a colony of something. I can't make up my mind. So yeah, Umbie might be the one I do that with. Here's the smallest. I don't know if you guys follow it on Facebook and Instagram, but I posted this pair out of water. I moved them. See if I can get him before this male moves away. He's beautiful. And again, you're not seeing, seems like they dumbed down the quality of these videos to live. But anyways, I'll definitely have to get a nice update with these guys later. So they're in a 75 up here. And then the big male, he's always hangs around in that tube, and he's got like 3 females. Fest aren't going to be the best to look at right now. Any other requests for what you want to see? See if I missed any questions too. Oh, low, yeah, that makes sense then. Let's see. What's a dream American cichlid of yours you've never kept? Ethan asked. Huh. You know, before, on my bucket list for like 5-6 years was to keep Stalsbergi. You know, I didn't know if I was going to like them or whatnot, but I wanted to try keeping them to see if I liked them, and I finally found some late last year. Found some wild caught, so that was definitely a bucket list fish. Has not been easy with the sensitivity issues that I've had on them, but hey, I got to try them so far, and you know, I was able to breed them. See if the guy wants to bite my finger. This guy's mean. No, too shy right now. Another dream fish. It's a good question. I mean, there's a lot of fish I would like to try to keep that I probably could keep and get. There's two species, actually 3 species I'm supposed to be getting anytime soon, like really soon, but trying to make everything line up with my buddy to ship them, and so that's kind of on hold, but I got my tanks basically cleared out from the beginning of the month, so I'm really itching to get them. Let's see. I think I need to get like a selfie stick or something like that. I've never always thought, man, if I ever buy one of those, I should just shoot myself. But it seems like it would be pretty useful here. I'm just holding this tripod. So that's the female Freddie I took out from the bottom tank, and she's right up here just guarding her fry. So I almost what I'll do is I'll put like a piece of cardboard back here so she can't see her fry anymore, because she's just way too preoccupied with this, and sometimes she'll knock this little tube that funnels water through the breeder box. But what else do you guys want to see? I guess I didn't really plan for this video to go very long. I was just testing it to go up, but I actually have some time. So if you guys want to see something or any questions, take advantage. I probably might think I know the answer, but you know, a lot of stuff I don't. So, all right, we'll walk over here. Let's go back to the Carpenters. Good starting point, huh? Nope. Glare. There you go. Cichlid Unleashed, what do you keep your temperature at for your aquarium? Yeah, I think the temperature for most of my aquariums, I think anywhere from 78 to 82 most of the time. Summer, you know, when it gets really hot, it doesn't get too hot out here in Southern California, but sometimes it can get up to like 84, 86. You know, of course, heaters aren't working. It just gets hot. Winter, you know, with the insulation in the garage, it just it doesn't allow it to go lower than 73. You know, and one of my buddies said that the bottom tanks, I actually haven't tested it, the bottom tanks might actually be cooler. So that's something to think about if I want to keep the Braziliensis on bottom tanks going forward. That maybe it'd get down to 71 or something. Yeah. Let's see. Questions. Why does the comments keep... Hey, the Dawn. How you doing, bud? Oh, thank you very much. Just trying this live video out and letting anybody, if you have questions or want to see anything in particular. I'm trying to go back and see questions. Cichlid Unleashed said, with your experience, how do you keep aggression down in your tanks? Oh, that's a good question. And we're actually on the tank that I'm using it to the most, I guess. The Carpenters, man, in the past, and I'm never one to shy away from telling exactly my failures and stuff that's gone wrong and issues I've had, because I've had tons. I think everybody has. Carpenters has been, man, years ago, trying to breed them, no success. Females get killed. They just get shredded, you know. I think it's a very aggressive species. So this last, maybe 2 years ago, I said, you know, I'm going to try something different. I got my first spawn, then the male kills the female, you know, within hours. You know, I was home and checked later and she was dead. And so with the Carpenters especially, man, I got this group, this colony in a 180. Probably could use a slightly bigger tank. There's about 14 of them, and it does really well. You know, some of them get a little nicks and, you know, stuff on the fins and bites, and it's mostly the males because I think they're fighting for dominance and try to, you know, win over the females in there. But I have not lost a single fish, and I started with 50, 60 of these guys at like 2 to 4 inches. You know, and slowly declining the numbers, but that has really spread the aggression to have the colony, 100%. I highly recommend, and it's gotten spawns left and right, just very easy. The Braziliensis, it's the same thing. You know, another really aggressive species. I was warned by my buddy Matt Hand, who I actually got them from. And he warned me. He's like, be careful. They're really aggressive, lost fish, and so I kept them in a big group for the most part, and I've had success. I luckily haven't lost any. But of course they're in 100 gallons, so that's gonna run out at some point with their size, just like this Carpenters, I would guess. So I either got to decline the numbers or increase the size of the tank. So sorry guys, the comments keep disappearing, so I have to keep going back to them, and then I'll search for anything. If I missed any questions, I apologize. Feel free to just say it again. The Dawn, how big of a tank would you keep a pair in? I'm really thinking of getting a pair, like really. Don, what species are we talking about? The Carpenters? I'm guessing that's what you're talking about, because that's what we're looking at. I'll just assume that it's the Carpenters. I've done a pair in the past in a 75, and that was just one of the lucky pairs I've had that didn't kill each other, and they were really nice. I have them, some of my videos maybe like 2 to 4 years ago. Unfortunately, I was really trying hard on breeding at that time, and that pair just didn't seem to breed for me. So yeah, I eventually moved him on to a buddy, and sure enough, he's successful. He got some breeding out of him, so maybe lack of patience on my part, but yeah, 75 could work. I mean, most of these guys in my colony, the biggest is probably 9 inches, I'd say. Smallest maybe 4. And so, if you got a pair that just does not kill each other or just really good to each other, 75 should work. It's just I haven't found those pairs too often, so that's the problem. So how would I sex them? Gosh, when it comes to species like that, other than Feste and things that are just easy to tell, like Trimax with a black blotch on the dorsal, man, I try to never be the expert. You guess wrong, but this group right now is so different in size. Some of the males are all 8-9 inches, and there's ones that are 4-5 inches, and those are the ones laying eggs. And so obviously the size difference is apparent now. It's easy to see. Without size, let's say they're equal size, man, for me, I struggle. I know some real Carpenters experts can tell you, stuff with the the head, the way it slopes, a little difference there. But I think it's tough, unless you're going to try to vent. So that's my answer there. I'm definitely no expert on any fish I keep. I just want to make that clear. Just sitting here trying to learn every day, just like everybody else. Let's see. So these guys are prone to killing each other. Yeah, I mean, with like most of the cichlids, they're all aggressive. The ones I keep. I mean, I don't know any that are actually. I have some Gymnogeophagus in one of my 100-gallon ponds, and I think those are probably the most mild fish I keep. But the rest of them inside my garage, they're all mean. So got to divide them. I mean, those Aslanums that I had, man, it was 4 inches. I knew right away, I got to divide them. I don't have a tank to do a gigantic community to keep those things alive long. So yeah, some stuff you got to divide, and some stuff I do communities, stuff that stays smaller. So Don, I just stumbled on your live and I love this tank. What else do you have in your collection? Do you focus on Central American cichlids? So the Don, thank you for stumbling on this. That would be awesome if you could subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you like it enough. Yeah, most of what I keep is actually all of what I keep is Central and South American. I'd say it's about a 50-50 split. I got South Americans, I got the Stalsbergi, I got the Braziliensis, I got the Gymnogeophagus, those, I think it's Terra Purpura, I'm sure I'm butchering the name, but El Norte is in the back. Help me out, guys. What else is South American? The fest days, of course. I had the Japhirum, the Mesoheris Japhirum, for 6 years. I got rid of those. Beautiful fish. I highly recommend them. By the way, just don't start with 1-inch fry. That would be my only recommendation. Takes so long to grow those things out. Basically, pull your hair out while you're watching paint dry, and I basically, to go through the story again here, since I don't see any other questions initially. I got them at 1-inch, excited, finally got them. They're Japhirum, maybe ornatum, but I think they're Japhirum officially. Just grew so slow. I just ended up putting them in a bottom tank, and then said, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just start selling them off after 3 years. They were only like 2 to 4 inches after three years. And then I had 240 with a bunch of Feste fry. I'm talking like 200-300 Feste fry. I said, I'm just going to throw them in there. Whatever happens, happens. Threw them in there, and then that's when they started hitting their growth spurt and coloring up. And I said, oh my God, these are beautiful. I can't get rid of those things. So they're awesome. Go back and look at some of my older videos. My buddy Eric has them now. Very tough to breed. I think in the 6 years, I had 2 pairs at one time. I only had 2 spawns, 1 from each pair. And I saw fry from one of them. The other one, I saw a huge pot of eggs, and they're all fertilized, and then the female ate them. So very tough to spawn in captivity. I know a buddy of mine, James Decker, has been like the master with them. He's bred them multiple times, almost too much. So bow down to him. He's figured that code out. But yeah, so back to, about half Central, half South American. Centrals I keep right now, the Motaguenses, which I'm kind of getting out of. I just have fry left from keeping them for a while. The Frederickstale, or they're called the multifasciatus now. Of course, I got those. I still got Islanum fry, and I might decide to do some pairing with those. The Trimax, of course. I'm just trying to think because I'm not walking around. And then I got the Synspillum, the Belize Synspillum from Cichlids of the Americas. Dan Sharifi, great fish over there. Yeah, kind of got a mix. I don't, if you notice, I don't do the community stuff too often, except for species only. I don't do a huge mix. However, I might start doing that with future species I'm going to get in. So we'll see. Let me go back to the questions again, guys. Sorry. Hey, Matthias. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Don, for subbing. Matthias is from Brazil. Awesome, man. I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a long time in my life. I'm not sure, not the stereotype. I don't even know if it's that popular over there. I haven't been there, but man, that's a great martial art. Chess game, but brutal. Almost, the Don said, I almost bought a Trimax cichlid, but I was a tad too late. Was kicking myself. I missed the fish. Yeah, they're awesome, man. And I haven't been much of an Amphilophus guy, as you could probably tell. You probably can't find any Amphilophus except for lion's eye on my channel. Really old. But I really wanted to try to keep that wet pet, and that's what I'm going for, going for that tall, bulky profile, tall profile. That's the reason why I kind of started with the Rio Naranjo. We'll see what comes out of them. I wouldn't be opposed to trying other collection points. I think Max Cichlids has some really nice ones. I believe, what's the collection point? Niltepec, I'm not sure. But yeah, I might try those next. Yeah, Trimax are awesome. They're hard to keep, grow, cooler water. Yeah, I plan on checking it out. Oh, thank you, Don. Yeah, check some of the older stuff out. Let me know what you think. bloat prone to bloat. Is it possible to keep Trimec with any other aggressive cichlids in a? Oh, I definitely would not be the guy to cichlids unleashed. I definitely wouldn't be the guy to answer that question. One, I don't think I have a tank big enough. I mean, Trimecs get, with how aggressive they are and how big they get, don't they get like 14, 15 inches? Geez, you probably need like 1,000 gallon just to start with to do a community, and who knows what mix of fish you would need. Definitely be a really cool project, but now I just got Trimex very recently, so I'm not really sure on that. Let me know if you find out. Are you going to grow out your Aslanum to pairs? Hey Ben, thanks for the question. Yeah, I really want to do that. And I'm a newbie to a lot of species. I just want to try them and experience them and learn, and go through them and see what I really like, what I want to keep. Yeah, I do. I really liked that point. I got my Aslanum F1s Rio Nexapa from the Umby King, Chris Craig, last summer. Really cool fish. He had a wild cots. Fortunate enough to get some F1s, and I grew the fry out from I think 1.5 inches, and they paired up. They grew really fast, paired up, and within 3-4 months, it was awesome. Really fast. The coloring up process is amazing. The male's aggression, oh my God. The dominant male just crazy. Really fun time. Then right away you got to get rid of the rest of them. Well, at least I thought I had to. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bunch of deaths. Had multiple really nice males show, and wish I could have kept more. But you know what? My buddy's got the pair, and I got the fry from that pair, and I might just do that. I might just take a group of 10 to 15 of them, do the pairing process again. That was really fun. So yeah, Don Lionsire, awesome. I had them a while ago. They came from Cichlids in the Americas fry. Really fun. Actually, and some from Jeff Rapps. Actually, I paired off a male from Jeff Rapps, if you go find my older videos, and the female was from Dan Sharifi, Cichlids in the Americas, and I loved them. I had them in a 240, and back then I was just mixing tons of species, but that pair, I would grow out small fry 1 to 2 inches with them, even though that pair was probably 8 to 10 inches, and they wouldn't even go after the fry, even during breeding. It was, some people say that the line size is just very mild mannered for Amphilophus, and that was my experience. So I definitely want to get some more again. I did see Maxim brought back some wild cuts from Panama, I think. So I'm sure that's on a lot of people's radar right now. When he gets some fry, and I'm sure he will. And Maxim probably knows I'm going to be waiting to hopefully get some if I have some space. So that'll be cool. Pick up some a few days ago. Lionseye. Hey Jay Feste. Awesome, man. We know what species you like. Jay's from Daytona. Been following you for a while now. Big fan of your. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, the Feste thing, as you know, I'm guessing you've kept them before. It's a fish. It's a species I think takes more patience than the average, and can be frustrating. The males just, if you watch my videos, just trying to get them to pair up, trying to get them to spawn. God, it's just, the Trimax, bam, within a month, I'm getting spawns. I'm getting spawns every 2 weeks, pairs. The ones I got rid of from that group, I know people, theirs paired up already, theirs spawned already. It's crazy. Feste, man, it's not been my experience. It takes a while. I've had so many males destroy females, kill females, and yeah, it's a little frustrating, but when you finally get that beautiful male and female doing good together, spawning, it's all worth it, you know. So aquarium fish enthusiast, hey bud, thanks for stopping by. Watching you on IG, you're festival, a big fan. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, these wild caught festae, Rio Gaius, definitely going towards that collection point. I think it's different. I mean, I've always had the Rio Esmeraldas before that, and that they're sold. So went to a buddy, shipped them. They did well. He's loving them. So now I'm trying out the Rio Gaius, you know, and I've noticed a little bit of differences between the collection points. I think the females, geez, the red in the females is just, it's like it's almost all throughout the fish, and all my females are relatively small. You know, they're 5 to 6 inches, and some of them are just really red. My Esmeraldas, even that really big female that I had previously, she was probably, when I shipped her out, maybe 10, 11 inches. You know, she gets more yellow on the body, red around on the head, and so you could definitely see some differences. But, you know, that might not be all Esmeraldas. That might not be all Rio Gaius. So just, you know, like I said, experiencing new stuff and trying them out. So I'm excited about, you know, starting with the Rio Gaius, and got F1s from 3 different pairs of wild caught. So that'll definitely be cool, especially for anybody who wants to start with a unrelated, well, we assume they're unrelated, right? Anytime they're wild caughts, start out with different fry. So Jesse, hey bud. Yeah, Carpenters. That's yeah, if you guys want to move around, let me know. So my Carpenters, hey Vinshaw, hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. My Carpenters originally came from the MB King, Chris Craig. He had a really stunning male named Hurricane years ago, and produced some really nice fry. And then also got some, I believe they're from Tom DePiro's stock, which might be semi-related, but anyways, I don't see a whole lot of fresh Escondido blood making its way to the hobby, or at least I'm not being told about it. So yeah, that's who they're from. Don, those Carpenters, so it'd be hard not to like those fish in front of us. Yeah, they're, man, and you know the position of this tank, it's not nearly as good as when I had the tank over on the other side. I could have the big garage door open, and the sunlight would just shine really, really nice on them. So, not the best, but hey, we'll make do with what we got. Why don't we hear about the mini Dovi? Yeah, hey, you know, I actually kept Gramotes before a while ago, and I was actually thinking about that the other day. It would be really nice to try them, get another crack at them. You know, I've had, I think maybe to answer your question, why you don't hear about them unleashed is, you know, my experience, they were really shy. Really, really shy, and buddies who have had them, really shy, hit all the time. They're also known to be really aggressive, and so, you know, if you got the really aggressive, never comes out whenever you look at them, and they just kill their female behind the scenes, how frustrated would you get? You know, you just stuck with a male who you can never see, and then you just want to get rid of them. So, I mean, I'm sure that's not everybody's experience, but you know, I've been thinking of ways to do them right, and maybe some kind of colony with equally aggressive, you know, species might be cool. Definitely, I'd like to try those in the future. You know, get a real nice, you know, little nuchal hump going on a male. But I think it takes a lot of patience, and also they were slow growing. From what I remember, not like the Japhirum, but they were slower than average for sure. So that would definitely deter some people. You know, that's probably why a lot of people quit with Japhirum. you know, just grow so darn slow. You just get bored of them. And I've done that too, so I don't blame people. Yeah, so Jay Feste, so with aggression in mind, how many isolation tanks do you have at the ready for skirmishes that happen with fish such as these Texas cichlids, for example? It's a good question, Jay. At this present time, I actually have quite a few open tanks because I mentioned in the beginning, I've been ready to get 3 new species in. Timing hasn't worked for my buddies, so I've had basically a 60-gallon, a 40 breeder, and now, with the sin spill I'm going out, it's almost like a 120's open. You saw me move the Frederick Stali up to the 150 just because the 150 was open. Those are all open tanks that I could easily use if I need to. So this time, yeah, I got plenty of open space. But when I get going, like, what do I prepare for? I always have a way of making room, and I got, my 40 breeders, I think I have maybe 6 or 8 of them. I have probably 16 dividers made for those, and at any time I could just break one into an emergency case, break it into a 4 or 3 divided tank, and then healed fish in there. I even have 6 10-gallon tanks, even some with dividers that I could just throw a fish on each side, heal them up, medicate if I need to. Yeah, it's definitely something I think over time you learn. If you don't have that ready, you're going to suffer and you're going to panic. You gotta have that, backup, plus a quarantine tank if you get new fish. So, where's my chat? Okay, there's my chat. God, this is so annoying. I don't know if anybody does live videos, but if there's a easier way to doing this, feel free to let me know. Chat always disappears. Oh, cool. I got your name right. Awesome. The Don, do you have any Cubans, or have you, yeah, Don, check out my old Cuban. I really like the male that I used to have. I used to have a breeding pair. I kept them for a good amount of time. Prolific spawners, huge spawns, and I moved out fry from them. Just another species I moved on from, but I love the Cubans back in the day. Awesome fish. I would definitely keep them again. I think I would really love to get some fresh blood from them. I'm not sure if we'll ever see those brought into the hobby, at least in the US again. But yeah, it would be nice. I would definitely be in favor of keeping those again. Yeah, with the black and white, they look awesome. I love them. Water Wraith. Hey bud, is it easy to get cyclosomas in your area? They're seldom sold. Yeah, I mean, all these New World cichlids, I think I'm fortunate where I live, Southern California. I think I have about 4 local fish shops, 4 or 5 local fish shops that I can easily go to and have my pick of probably 10 to 30 different species of stuff I like to keep. And I do post the videos for the fish shop, hopefully it gets people going in, and checking out, if they watch the videos, like tongs, tropical fish is really close to me. People might see something in there and hurry down to the fish shop and go get them, and yeah, I really like to support the fish shops when possible, and they need to make a living and stay in business, because a lot of us rely on the fish shops. Some people, most maybe, don't like to have fish shipped, so it's important. So aquarium fish enthusiasts, your mini dova is only 4 inches and has been tough to have any tank mates, even in the 125 gallon, with much larger aggressive fish. Wow, I would love to see that. Aquarium fish enthusiasts, I'm gonna try to remember to go check out your channel after. Hopefully you have some video of that. I would love to see that, how that's going, and follow that process. What other species are in there with them, by the way? What Unleashed said, what's your most entertaining cichlid? Entertaining? God, you watch the Braziliensis with the activity. It's awesome. I mean, that male just, roams around. It's almost like the females and they're bickering. Obviously, yeah, females don't bicker. But the females and they're bickering over the male and fighting over the pot. And you got, 3 or 4 in the pot, shaking, and the male will go in there and, he's like twice their sizes, and that's a lot of fun to watch. The Carpenters are really awesome. These communities just make it really fun. So maybe the key is the community setting. But the Carpenters, I think you guys seen the videos where I post 3 pairs, spawning pairs at one time, 4 pairs. I mean, that is super entertaining because they're just, as pairs, they're flaring up at each other. And you got all the rest of the fish. Unfortunately, fish kind of suffer a little bit, being somewhat of dithers. But, the alternative is some of them just get picked off and you end up having dead fish and males only. So, yeah, I'd say those 2 communities are really fun to watch for me. My most entertaining right now. Jay, like a well-oiled machine, you got it handled. That's all. Thanks, bro. Ben, what's up, Ben? Did you say you were getting out of? Yeah, Ben. It's not that I don't like motas. I loved them, bred them. I kept plenty of really nice males. I think one of my biggest pairs, the male, I think when I measured him, he was around 12 plus. They're awesome, man. They weren't the most outgoing fish by any means. They weren't super aggressive. They didn't destroy my fingers like my Frederick Stalleye. I mean, that fish seriously is out for blood and scares the crap out of me sometimes. He hits nets, cups. When I try to get water out of their tank, he hits them with such force. The motas never did that, but the mota female, man, even half the male size, so aggressive towards the male, especially when spawning. All my females just shredded the males, during spawning time. And I think that female, eventually the male, when he died, he had a little shredding on him. Maybe he just gave up in life. He said, this female is just ruthless, and he just didn't want to take it anymore. He was 12 inches, but I don't know what real cause of death was. But yeah, kind of moving on from Motaguensis and maybe keeping them again in the future. So, Jay, also, have you ever had any of the Amphilophus species like Amarillos, Chanchas, Ascletus? I don't see them as much. I can never say this right. Flavius. And of course, as everybody knows, I'm not a big Amphilophus guy. I don't know much about them. Funny story, Jay, when I was going to get, my goal was to get the wet pet, the Amphilophus, and I was deciding between the Trimac and the Hoga Boomerang, and I chose the Trimac. Maybe color played a role. Not to say Hogas don't have color, but I definitely wanted one that would get that tall, beefy profile, interactive, and I went with the Trimac first. Hoga's still on my mind to try next, but I think every species, we might not be interested in certain species right now. It almost seems like your taste and your preference always change, and so I could see myself keeping everything at one point if I live long enough, and if I can keep this many tanks as long enough. It's definitely a lot of time. It's very time consuming. So, the wife is very supportive of that. So I've been fortunate so far, but we'll see going forward. Dawn
Glad I found your channel. I plan to go through your videos. I'm a huge fan of your fisherman tours. Can't wait to watch you grow. Time for dinner. Okay, later, bud. Thanks again. Vishal, what's your nutritional philosophy? What do you feed and why? How often? I also say some of the micro lifts plus in one of your fish room tours. What did you have that koi? Yeah, Vishal, that's funny you noticed the little koi thing. I don't, funny thing is, I didn't even realize I had it. There's so much crap laying around in here that has been here for years. I do remember that koi thing now. A buddy gave me that years ago. And I don't know that I actually used it. I just have it there. My nutritional philosophy, gosh, man, I mean, like most things, I'm probably not the one to ask. I'm by no means an expert, but I think I kind of go with, a variety is good, so the fish don't get stuck on a certain brand or a certain type of food. So I try to do a variety, alternate. Try to do kind of a treat, maybe once a week, whether it be krill, bloodworms, or sometimes in the past I did tilapia, and I think I gotta go towards that again for some of the bigger fish. My umbies loved it. Yeah, like a treat once a week, but not too much. My Trimax, I made the mistake. I got them hooked on krill, and they wouldn't eat anything else. I had to starve them for 3 weeks just before they would even eat a pellet. So, yeah, I mean, and then of course you want to take into account, learn as much about each species, their sensitivity, stomach issues if they have them, to high-fat foods, versus low-fat foods, veggie foods if they need to be. This is all stuff that, I'm learning from other people. By no means have I thought of this myself. Some is very little is trial and error. Like yellow labradins, man, that was probably my biggest nightmare. If someone asked me that question, what's your biggest nightmare species you've kept? It was those. I lost those all to bloat within less than a month. And I think Chris Biggs did a pretty cool video very recently. If you watch his channel on yellow labradins and how incredibly frustrating and tough of a species those things are to keep alive. And he's right, I lost all mine, all 2 inchers within a month to bloat. I definitely did not do something right, or many things right, but I think those are one species I've heard you got to feed them a veggie, low-fat diet. Yeah, so it's going to take me a while to work up the courage to try those again. Using a couple $100s of fish in a month is tough. Let me see. Aquarium fish enthusiast had a mini dova with some flower horns and Oscars. Now he's with my bigger mating pair, tiger Oscars, Pacu, Texas, red devils. So far so good. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I love, and I think the Gramotes, that's a species you don't see a lot on YouTube. It's hard to find a lot of stuff on them. Just like Japhirum, things that are, maybe slow growing and frustrating, and especially yellow labradins where most of the people, they end up dying on them. Man, it's hard to find a lot of good stuff, video on those things. So I'd love to see your video on the Gramotes, bud, if you had a chance. The Don, don't forget to like, oh, thanks, bud. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely, guys. Likes to the video, subscriptions, and turning that notification bell on. Something I don't preach in my videos like a lot of people do. I probably should. That'll definitely help me because, I don't know if I'm close to 1,900 subscribers, and, not a ton of people watch my videos, but that's not a big deal. Like I said, the goal when I started doing YouTube many years ago, actually it was fishing, saltwater fishing, but you could ignore the 1 or 2 videos I put of that. But the goal for fish was just to keep it as an archive, not to really show it off and not to edit videos and do live videos. I mean, this has just kind of been a very new thing for me that I wanted to try out. As you guys could probably guess, I don't like to be on video. I didn't like to talk on my video. I'm not very into that kind of stuff. But after many years of people requesting, and I said, hey, maybe it'll be a cool little challenge, good for me. My personality and character development, who knows, whatever. But I'm enjoying it. You get the few guys who are, give you thumbs down and try to troll you on your video. Hey, maybe that means you're doing something right. I mean, everybody's got haters, right? So just got to deal with it and move on. So anyways, any other comments? Hey, what's up, Terry? How you doing, bud? Finally got some black sand for the Stahlsbergy grout. So try to get video picture. Awesome, man. Yeah, dude, I really would love to see the Stahlsbergy on black sand. Obviously, I don't have that. I got some on white sand. I got some on neutral gravel. I did 2 groups on different substrate because I wanted to see what the difference would be in the coloration. I think I lean towards the neutral. Obviously, most of my tanks have neutral gravel. However, I've been going towards sand a little more lately. I've always hated sand in the past. I always get it and then I get rid of it within 2 weeks because I can't stand the maintenance, and you suck out all your sand when you're trying to gravel vac, and it gets in your sponge filters, gets sucked up your Aquaclear 110s. And as you guys know, I absolutely love Aquaclear 110s. Got like 14 of them. But, some species, they look really much better on it. Like the Trimax, I did my research, and I knew that was going to be a species I had to keep really light substrate. So, I think I got sand in like 3 or 4 tanks now, surprisingly. But black sand would be cool. I'd love to see that, Terry. And Terry, you got a YouTube channel too, I think. I'm not sure. Everybody go check out his channel. He's got these F1 Stahlsbergy from me. And man, I don't know what he's doing. He's making them grow faster than crazy fast. They're probably double the size of the fry from the same batch that I got left. I can't wait to see those. So, and now my comments are gone again. I don't know how I get there. Gosh, I'm terrible with this. Oh yeah. Experience would be. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed some questions. Let me go back a little bit, guys. Sorry, I'm new to this. Experience with Benai cichlid unleashed. I have no experience with Benai. It's one of those that have kind of been, should I get them, or is it the time? Something that I thought about many times. I really like those. I think they're the Baluarte, the ones that get yellow. Oh, I think those look amazing. I've been really worried about the bloating issues with Benai that I've heard and I've seen. I had friends experience. So I'll definitely say I'm worried about that. But I would love to try Benai at some point. I think those Camelote Benai that I believe my buddy Dan Vaughn brought into the U.S. hobby. I think those are a little bit stronger, possibly bloat-wise, than the rest. I'm not sure. So I'd probably start with those, even though I want to get the Baluarte at some point. But no experience for me on those. Vishal said for the Labradins and bloat, maybe try Dainichi pellets. The clay makes the digestion easy for the fish. Wow, that's really cool information. I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, I'll definitely check out the Dainichi, especially if I try some of those more bloat species, bloat-prone species, and especially the yellow Labradins. That's really cool info. Yeah, Guapote Mel shared that. That's awesome. I love his channel. I mean, the Stahlsbergy, I think probably between him and a buddy I have, Gregory Brown, he has tons of beautiful Stahlsbergy on his channel. It's kind of got me into that. So those two guys definitely stoke the Stalsbergie for me. Thanks, man, for the suggestion to smash the like button. Terry, what's your experience with Feste growth rate? Oh, I should have brought some water with me. My voice is going away from talking for an hour straight. I'm not used to doing that. Feste growth rate. I think they're really slow. Not really slow, but slower than average. However, in the past, I've grown out a batch of my fry. I had 500 of them in a 240, and I grew those out to like 6 to 9 inches. And so I got to see growth rate very well on that. And I'd say the average maybe gets to 4 to 5 inches in a year, the average one. But there were definitely ones that got bigger within that year, a smaller amount. Some maybe even got to 8 to 9 inches within that year or a little bit more. And so, yeah, it's probably the same with most species. You always have the standouts, and you probably also have the runts. So, but as a whole, they're not fast. They're not fast growing. They're average at best, I would say, but a little bit slower from my experience. My Cuban and Paulini on the black sand makes the dark pop out. Yeah, man, those are two black and white cichlids that I love. I've never kept the Paulini, if I'm saying that right, but I would love to in the future. Hey, Kevin. Kevin asked same question as someone asked earlier. Where did I get my Carpenters from? Again, I got mine from a buddy a while ago named Chris Craig, the Umby King. They were off his male named Hurricane, beautiful male. And I got some also, I believe, what came from Tom DePiro's stock, all Escondidos. I kind of usually keep to the same locality with the fish. I typically don't cross. Not that it's bad if you do, that's your thing. But to keep Escondidos, I don't think we get a lot of new blood for Escondidos in the hobby. So you kind of limit it on what you can get, so. What's up, Daniel Park? Use Aqua Clear as well, but after the last parage, I've been thinking about switching HOB filter and self-priming. So you know what's really funny, Daniel, and I've seen this come up in the Facebook forums so many times, and it'll always come up in a Seachem Title 110 versus Aqua Clear 110 discussion. This might be opening a can of worms because this is just a real hot topic. Emotions go really high when it comes to the two hang on the back filters. People always say the Title is self-priming, and I agree. I have one Title 110 that I bought to compare versus my Aqua Clear 110s. I put them side by side, and I've done a review on Facebook. The Title immediately just the water goes right in. You don't even have to pour water with cups. The Aqua Clear, if it's dry, it won't bring the water in at all. Just sit there and run dry. But people always say the Aqua Clear doesn't self-prime, like if a power outage or stuff like that. Or if you're doing water changes and the water level goes below the intake, it stops, right? However, my Aqua Clear 110s, most of them are old. I got them used, and some are even the Aqua Clear 500 series, which is really old. They all prime back up. I don't know why. And with the power outage, I come home, they're all working. If I go, I do my water changes weekly. I always go usually below 50%. They stop working, and then I fill it back up. They start up. So I think it might be maybe newer models or possibly the smaller models like the 30, the 50, and the 70 that don't self-prime. I don't know. It's really kind of interesting. But there's the Title 110. That's an option. I think the Marineland or the Penguin, those things, which I've never tried. I've done the Aquarium 75-55s. I didn't like those. The motors all burned out really quick. Yeah, I kind of stuck with the 110s, Aqua Clear 110s. It's kind of been my thing. But let's see. Cyclo's got to go. Later, bud. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Kevin, we have none here in the UK. In my opinion, Feste are very slow growing. Now trying to grow out cells and tanks to see if it can get faster growth rate. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. If someone were to say they're slow growing, I definitely see that, sometimes a little faster, but definitely not fast growing by any means. Xavier, how you doing, bud? Have you had any experience with any of the fish from the species? Labradins, blue labradins, white labradins. Yeah, so I was mentioning that I've tried the yellow labradins one time in my history, and that lasted less than a month. I got a group of 12 from Jeff Rapps back in the day. They were all around 2 inches, and they all, for me, bloated less than a month. And, I don't think any of that's on Jeff Rapps at all. I think it's just a very difficult species to keep from what I've been told and what I've read. I kept them in their own tank. I fed them some metronidazole flake. I don't know. I really don't know. I had issues with them, and I lost them. So, if I were to try them again in the future, I think it would have to be a buddy has fry and he's going to hook me up. And, it's not a couple hundreds of dollars that I could just lose in a month again. Or maybe I spend some money and get some bigger ones if they're available. So that'd be a little tougher, hopefully. So that's my only experience with the Labradins. Kevin, yeah, I watch and just never seen it available. Could you show your Feste? Yeah, Ben. We were actually on them a little bit earlier in the video. Let's go back. Actually, sun, it's getting a little cloudy over here now, so maybe won't have as much glare. Ooh, all right. Well, they're actually out a little bit. Let's try not to scare them away. So here's the pair number 2, the male. Colors don't show at all in this lighting. And anyways, the male is right there. Female is up here guarding the fry. You guys seen. But they're doing really good. And again, in case you don't know, these guys are the Rio Gaius, the Wildcats. I'd call them pair number 2 because the male's the second biggest of the 3 males that I have. Got more of a slender profile, but definitely a beautiful fish. And this pair paired up really early, so it's pretty cool. They've been together the whole time. Some silver dollars in the tank, but they're doing good. The pair number 1, this male is probably going to hide. Let's see if he stays out. He's right there. God, sorry guys. This glare is not going to work very well. And then pair number 3 down here. I'm going to lower the tripod, see if that helps. Yeah, they're doing good, guys. Obviously, they don't show very good during the with the garage open here. Let me check some of your questions. Available. I see you raised a lot of different species, but is there one dream fish out there you still want to keep? Yeah, Jesse, I got that question earlier. I was saying how the Stalsbergi were that one species that I was trying to get for like 5, maybe 6 years. Not that I knew I would love them, but I wanted to try them, you know, and I said, I saw some really nice videos from my buddy Gregory Brown and, of course, Guapote Mel. He's got his gigantic community of them. And, you know, that made me want to try them. So I finally accomplished that, knocked one off the bucket list there. Other species that I definitely want to try, dream species, you know, I know there's always the myth of, or if it is a myth, I don't know, of the true ornatum, which apparently is not collectible right now. That would be interesting. Oh, how can I forget? I do want Ratisma, probably Cribroheros ratisma. It's definitely a fish that I want to keep someday. And I know some of the big guys like Cichlids in the Americas has some, but they haven't had fry. Max Cichlids has wild caughts, and I think he just got more wild caughts from Panama on his trip, which is pretty awesome. I'll have to definitely message him and to see how that went. So those are dream fish that you know, I definitely want some of those. And I do have a dream species that I'm supposed to get any day now. Just trying to line up everything with a buddy of mine, and I'll share those with you guys once I get them. But yeah, some Cribroheros ratisma and possibly the ornatum would be awesome. Let's see what's next. YouTuber Big Fish Lad has some cichlids, and I believe he is in the UK. Yeah, Big Fish Lad, he's awesome, man. I love his videos, doing good things out there. So watch his channel, guys, if you get a chance. Jay said I use Aquaclear 110. It does have to be primed at times, but the box for the media and the sponge is huge. And yeah, it's got so much space. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but I used to have canisters, a couple canisters on my 240, and I went away from them. You know, it's just the maintenance, you know, dealing with that. It's kind of, for me, a pain in the butt. And the Aquaclear 110 has a pretty good amount of media. You know, two of those big giant sponges. It's got a lot it can hold, and you can maintain them very easily while they're functioning. You don't even need to turn them off. So it just ended up being the full package. Plus, where I live, I found all my Aquaclear 110s for like 20 to 30 bucks each, used. So how can you beat that, right? So yeah, mostly sponges and Aquaclear 110s for me. Night, Kevin. Thanks for tuning in, man. Andy Woods got his Carpenters from Coda. Yeah, Andy Woods got some good content, man. And I think he just hit 10K subscribers, so congrats to him. Yeah, Ethan Ratisma. How awesome would that be if we got some F1 fry from Dan or Max to share in the hobby? I'd definitely be on that waiting list. Ben, would a 75 be big enough for a pair? Yeah, and I talked about the Aslanums earlier, Ben. It's for me at least, but I think a lot of people share the same belief. Such an incredibly aggressive species. If you go back, watch some of my videos. I actually just watched my Aslanum progression video. I have them as a group when they were grown out to like 2 to 4 inches, and right after that point, you just can't keep the group together in a 75. Didn't work because the one dominant male was so darn aggressive, and then they went down to a pair. And you know, they have one spawn. After that one spawn, and with the size difference, there was no way I was going to keep that pair undivided. So I had them divided going forward, and divided in a 75. I had them divided in a 40 breeder for a little bit. But you could do a 75. Maybe you get lucky and have that really good pair that, you know, does well together and the aggression isn't too high. But yeah, be really careful. That aggression you'll lose females very fast. And so it's a different species. Yeah, should be different. And the whole discussion about true green terror, you know, versus the gold sound, I don't really know what the origins of stories from both sides, but you know, Stalsbergy is usually I try to just refer to him as, you know, and yeah, that's the species. So anything else you guys want to see? It's kind of funny. I just, this being a pure trial and error live video thing, because I didn't know how to do a live video, so I just wanted to try it out. And I do, you know, I think I mentioned in the fish room update video last, I do want to do live videos and maybe even do some fish giveaways. You know, I'd give away a group of fry from a certain species, and I'll have to figure out how I figure out who wins and that stuff, you know, but that's what I wanted to use it for. And then question and answer stuff. I only turned it on to see if I can figure it out. I'm planning on signing off after 5 minutes. I didn't think anybody would show up, but you guys have showed up, which was awesome. And we are going on an hour and almost 20 minutes now, which I don't mind at all. But just FYI, I do have to go inside to the family. It's getting close to dinner at some point, and so maybe I'll do another 10 minutes here, guys. So if you really want to see something else or ask anything else, I mean anything, guys. I mean, I got so many comments in the videos that say they want to see the air system, or they want to see how do the maintenance or anything like that. You know, I think these are the times for those questions, because I definitely don't see it being fun for me or most people to have a video on my water change. I don't know. Maybe some people will think differently, but if you guys want to see anything, we'll do these more regularly, and feel free to ask anything. Like, how do I get my comments back on the screen or something like that? I'm so bad with this. Oh, there we go. Got my comments back. Thanks, Jesse. Trying to figure this all out. Savage Cichlids, what's up, man? So my red tear is just blood red. Do all red tears have bars? You know, that's interesting. You know, like I said, I'm not an expert on anything in here. I don't think I am. I just have some experiences. I'll try to give my best experience, but I have seen, you know, various festae in general that don't have much barring, have very vivid barring. You know, I'm not really sure what that could be from. Initially I just want to guess that it's a collection point kind of a thing. Some collection points might have some barring that is different, you know, maybe not as solid, not as full bars than others, you know, but maybe it's a product of, who knows, you know, genes and genetics over time and inbreeding. I don't really know, but I have seen, yeah, what you're talking about. Hey, think of it this way, you know, if they don't have bars, there's more opportunity to show red on the fish. So potentially you could have a redder female festae than a festae with bars, right? So it's all, you know, a preference thing, I think. So whatever floats your boat, kind of. Well, no problem, man. I mean, I'm sure it's probably wrong, my answer, but you know, that's the best I got, you know, from what I can think of. Let me turn this over here. This male is really blonde right now. Yeah, you know what? Festae are definitely not shining in the natural light. I can tell you that. Carpentis is the complete opposite than Festae. Whatever reason that is. At least males, I guess. Let me put this tripod down again, guys. Again, I got this tripod. I got to think of a better way of doing this live video stuff, you know. The last thing you guys want to do is get dizzy because I'm holding the phone and it's shaking. Let's see. Savage, I need to save up some money. I want this fit so much. Yeah. Yeah, man. Just, you know, hopefully, I don't know where you're located, but if you're in the U.S., I know a lot of these species are available, obviously. I have them. You know, and if you want to get them from me too, yeah. I don't sell or ship a lot. You know, that's the big guys that are out there doing that. But I definitely take enjoyment out of breeding and growing out fish. And when I have no space, like most of the times I don't, I can't grow out a lot of these fry that I have. I love to get them out to other people, and I can watch them, you know, grow out in their tanks, and hopefully they show them in video and whatnot. So I love that stuff. You guys want to go see the Stalsbergie for a second? I could show you the group and some of the issues. Let's see. Get this up here. You know what? I'm going to take this off the tripod. Let's see if I can get any closer. Stalsbergie. Yeah, these guys are not going to show well. We're getting out of here. Let's go somewhere else. How's the Freddy? All right, let's see. Jay says, I'm doing a great job for first time. I'm out, bro. Later, Jay. Thanks for stopping by, man. Savage. So, question, I see a lot of silver dollars in your tanks, and why not make a whole silver dollar tank? Yeah, you know, I use the silver dollars mainly for dithers. As you can tell with some of the more aggressive species, you know, especially my Festae, and they really tone the aggression down a little bit or a lot with the male, and so they've worked out really well for me. I've actually even used them. Some of these silver dollars you see right now are from when I used to keep umbies from maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and they worked with the umbies up to, and I only tried them up to about 12-inch umbies, and they did not get picked off with the umbies either. So they're very tough fish, and I really find use for them. And why not do a whole silver dollar tank? You know, hey, if that's the fish you want to keep, I think that's not on my list of stuff I want to do, projects I want to do right now, but whatever floats your boat, right? So they're definitely cool fish. Pleco Nerd in the stream. What's up, Pleco Nerd? Fishymon64. Yeah, Plecos are really cool, man. I know very little about them, but there's some really cool ones out there. Definitely something I might want to do someday, but I got a lot to learn. Shoot, even with cichlids. I don't know if you guys seen this female here. It's going aggro. She's obviously guarding her fry up here. So I was mentioning, I like put like a cardboard blocking this, so she's not like this. Get her out of fry guarding mode. But anyways. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take. What's your favorite fish? Savage cichlids. Ooh.
That's a tough one. You know, Feste's been my favorite fish for a long time. I think you can tell by how many of them I keep. It's always like almost a third of my tanks are Feste. But besides Feste, because that would be the obvious, you know, I like the Stahlsbergie, but man, the issues on the Wildcats with their issues is kind of problematic. You know, it's a little stressful to deal with. The Braziliensis, I think, are really awesome. I love those. I showed that male, and they just if you guys are seeing this male right here, and again, it looks like they dumbed down the colors on this video because it looks nothing like when I normally show them. You got a L333 and an L134. I'll have to look those up. I'm definitely not the guy. I don't know too much about that stuff, but definitely someday I want to try that. Plecos, female. Okay, guys, I think maybe another minute or two here. If you want to see anything, last call for questions or anything you guys want. Oh, do you guys want to see the ponds? Just the setups? I can walk out there for a last little segment. If not, that's cool. You guys don't have to like my ponds. Fishimon64 says I think you meant Salvini, right? Trichomonas salvini. Yeah, I used to keep those also. I think I have video on them, some really old, early video. I got some really nice ones from my buddy Ken, and I used to really love the species. The coloration are amazing, really aggressive fish, but yeah, they're awesome. Definitely something I need to do again. I was thinking of doing them with, if I was going to keep my Viejas long term, which I'm obviously not anymore, I was thinking of doing some smaller Salvini in there with them, but definitely something I need to keep again. Beautiful fish. All right. Out of Tiger Motas, Freddy's, Feste, and Aslanum, which would you choose and why? Ooh. If I only had one to choose, you know, that's really tough because if I only had one, meaning one tank, and let's say I get one crack at a pair of Feste, I very easily could get a male that destroys the female. You know, Feste are my favorite, but I go through a lot of Feste to get the ones I want. Freddy's, my first Freddy pair ended up being just, I think they're amazing. I mean, incredibly aggressive, outgoing. You just saw the female. The male, when I show him, he goes nuts. Just bit me before, draws blood. I mean, that's not a quality I need, but Freddy's, it's hard to say no to them if it's just one. Aslanum as well, another incredibly aggressive species, but you know, with them I end up having to divide them. So that's a tough question. It'd probably either be the Freddy's or the Feste if I had to choose. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this first trial and error live video up. I really appreciate everybody coming in. And if you guys like it, I'm going to try to make more of a habit of doing these and eventually maybe work in some fish giveaways. Obviously, unfortunately, it will only be within the U.S. because I can't export. But yeah, we'll do something like that. Get these things going more regularly. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and look for future videos. Okay? Thanks, guys. Now, the embarrassing part where I have to figure out how to turn this video off. This is really funny. All right, see you guys. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. Take care, guys.